Yo, what is up? Gonna quickly jump in here to ask you to check out my official merchandise on sale now. Each design has been created by me myself, with new designs being added each quarter, and I'm really proud of these. Some of my favorite designs are the Just for Tonight hoodie, the Promise tee, the Barker long sleeve, and of course, the Nice beanie. Not only these, but I have tons more designs and products currently available. Spend $35 or more and you'll qualify for 10% off. Spend $55 or more and you'll qualify for 15% off. So be sure to follow me on Twitter as well for any merchandise updates, including designs available for a limited time only. All links are in the description below, and I hope you enjoy this video. What is up there? Welcome to a brand new video on 414 Anime. In today's video, we will be looking at what happens to Myne. Does she get what's coming to her? Does she continue in her ways? Is she even alive at this point? Now, to understand and tell the tale of what happens to her, we have to look into the series' core sources. The Rising of the Shield Hero is a web novel, light novel, a manga, the anime, and there is a spin-off that focuses on Motoyasu. Now, the web novel came first in 2012, however, the light novel that came after is a heavily expanded version of this. The web novel is now finished, but the light novel is still ongoing, and in these adaptations, the endings for Myne differ. And this is because as of volume 16 of the light novel, the stories began to diverge. It is worth mentioning here that the light novel is quite ahead of the manga and anime story-wise, so what happens to Myne hasn't been covered in those mediums just yet, so I will base today's video off of the web and light novels to reveal Myne's fate, or fates, I guess you can say. As always, make sure to smash the like button as if it were Malty's face to let me know that you want more Shield Hero videos. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when new Shield Hero videos go live on the channel. And of course, goes without saying here, but there will be major Shield Hero spoilers here. So you've been warned, people, you've been warned. So with that being said, let's jump straight into the video. Okay, so to start, let's make sure we're attacking this from the same point in the story, which will be after the incidents involving the Spirit Tortoise and where Myne has betrayed each of the four heroes. I made a video recently covering how she had done this and the events involving her, so make sure you check that video out to get caught up, so to speak. So, at this point, Myne is a wanted criminal and is currently in companionship with Mold, a former member of Itsuki's party, who are starting some kind of revolution. So let's start with the web novel side of things. Said revolution fails and the Queen seals Myne's fate by arranging a political marriage between Myne and the King of Forbly, also known as the Pig King. This marriage was pretty much a death sentence as the Pig King treated all his women as toys and took great pleasure in breaking them in the most horrific of ways. It is said that Forbly is the answer for girls of good birth who have caused problems. Many that received this sentence immediately committed suicide because of the infamous execution method. Now, the Pig King played favorites with some of these girls who would have lasted up to 3 months of extreme torture, only being kept alive by magic. The foul cretin of a king says that toys that have gone through enough pain that they wished they were dead feel the best. Freaking disgusting, man. Now, Myne was actually offered a way out of this in which she and the 4 legendary heroes were gathered in the same room. If one of the heroes forgave her and allowed Myne to join their party, she would be spared. Yeah, who's gonna forgive her after all that she's done, right? None of them. None of them at all. So, as you can imagine, of course, they all chose not to forgive her, and Naofumi was the one to make sure her fate was sealed, as he made sure she couldn't commit suicide and even ordered the gruesome events of her time in Forbly to be recorded, having Motoyasu be the one to escort her to her new husband. This is how bad it had got, you know, this is how much he hated Myne. He knew that if she was to be spared, she would only have found a way to betray them again, and that there was simply no point in saving her. As for the recording, this is so that Naofumi and the others could see it for themselves as a form of closure, but many wished that they had never seen the footage from these magic crystals. Now, bitch deserved everything she got, but even this was brutal. It is said that Myne lasted 2 weeks and was raped, tortured, and even had her arm severed. I remember reading this and it was just absolutely intense. Like, I knew she was always going to get her comeuppance, but like this? Nah, no way. Wouldn't have called that one out at all, and it really shows how dark the rising of the shield hero can be. This fate of hers was not enough to end her though. I know, right? The story is a little hazy from here, but she did die during her time in Forbley, but was resurrected by a man named Tact. Tact is one of the main antagonists of the web novel and is super strong. Strong enough that he can steal the power of the legendary weapons. Now, Myne and Tact team up and her schemes lead to many deaths, including that of her own mother. This was the final straw, and her actions had gone that far that Naofumi and Trash put their differences aside to take Myne and Tact down. Long story short, but the good guys win this and Tact is executed. While at the execution, Myne is certain that her father won't execute her, so she continues to glare scornfully at Naofumi, who turns around to her and asks her if she really thought her existence would actually be allowed to go free under his eyes. And 100%, you know, like, everything that she's done to him, everything that she's done to these other heroes. I would not like to have been in Myne's shoes when Naofumi turned around to her and said that. I can just imagine the absolute intensity in his eyes, the fierceness of his voice. It must have been an absolutely condemning moment, and she must have known that was it for her. And it was. Myne is strung up to a stake and burned alive like the witch that she is. It is also said that her soul was eaten by soul eaters so that she couldn't be resurrected again. But still, part of her lingers in the web novel's events, as it turns out that she is a soul fragment of the goddess of betrayal, Medea. This goddess is revealed to be the main antagonist of the series, as she is the one responsible for the creation of the waves and whose goal is to unite the 8 worlds of the heroes and devour their energy to take as her own power and destroy the universe. Again, I was shocked reading this as 1, wow, serious final boss here, and 2, why won't this bitch die? Yes, she was but a fragment of this goddess, but their personalities are pretty much the same. Of course, a lot kicks off here, but in the end, Naofumi prevails, and it's quite an intense set of events here that I may actually make like another video on it at some point, but this is where the story ends for both Myne and the web novel. Which of course means we are moving on to the light novel, which the manga and anime are based off of, so these are the events of Myne that will be adapted in the future, or hopefully at least. Myne's fate in marrying the Pig King remains the same here, however she is saved from death by Tact, who kills the king of Forbley. Tact and Myne's relationship actually goes back to when she was sent to study in the country in her youth by her mother, the Queen, and since their meeting, Myne has been manipulating and taking advantage of him. Now, just like the web novel, Tact remains one of the main antagonists of the series and is still super strong. Myne encouraged him to kill her mother, father, and to take control of the legendary weapons. Now, in volume 16, the Queen dies. Naofumi tries to block the final blow, but it goes straight through him, punching a hole straight through his own body before striking the Queen. So Naofumi survives because of his super high vitality stat, but he was seriously injured and was already carrying injuries from the battle with Tact and his party. And of course, the Queen's death was always super sad, as she was a crucial character. Not just crucial, but she was a really awesome character to follow and was someone you easily warmed up to. The death hits hard, obviously, and though we didn't need any more reasons to hate Myne, this was kind of needed to further our hatred towards her. Now, as for Tact, he was eventually defeated and severely beaten by both Naofumi and Foal before being executed. Unfortunately, Myne managed to escape when Tact was defeated. Now, in volume 19 of the light novel, a girl named Reno is introduced back into the story. She was originally part of Motoyasu's party during the first month of the heroes arriving in Melremark, but was victim to Myne's evil and jealous ways, as she was enslaved and sold as a sex slave by Myne to a brothel. turns out that after the queen had returned and met Naofumi, she worked in both searching and aiding the victims of her daughter's cruelty, which included Reno. These victims were given the opportunity to become spies for the country of Melremark. After the Spirit Tortoise incident, Reno was assigned to a special unit to track down Myne. After Tax's defeat, Reno caught Myne's tracks and eventually manages to plow her sword straight through Myne. Has this killed her though? Unfortunately not. The current volumes haven't been translated to English yet, so it's a bit all over the place, but it is said that the curse series of the 7-star whip finishes her off. But others have said that her soul managed to get away, which of course leads us to the case of a possible resurrection. It really is a strange one, trying to work it all out, and I've dived into every single corner of information to see what the definitive answer is, but there is nothing like a 100% yes, this is what happens. So unfortunately, we'll have to wait for the translated volumes release before we can find out exactly what happens to her. And there we go, that's what happened to Myne, or what we know has happened to her thus far. Of course, if I've managed to miss any information, then let me know in the comments, as there was a lot of really interesting stuff floating around. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more Shield Hero videos just like this one, smash the like button and share this video with a fellow fan of this series. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. There is plenty more content like this in the works, and not just for Shield Hero, so make sure you do not miss what's to come. As always, a huge shout out to Warwick, Animator22, Brian, Blake, Andrew, Bastuna, and Zintag for supporting me on Patreon. Don't forget to head on over there yourselves to check out the amazing rewards, including a super special awesome exclusive series for Patreons only. But that is it from me. Till next time, my fellow weebs. Peace! Yo, what is up? Gonna quickly jump in here to ask you to check out my official merchandise on sale now. Each design has been created by me myself, with new designs being added each quarter, and I'm really proud of these. Some of my favorite designs are the Just for Tonight hoodie, the Promise tee, the Barker long sleeve, and of course, the Nice beanie. Not only these, but I have tons more designs and products currently available. Spend $35 or more and you'll qualify for 10% off. Spend $55 or more and you'll qualify for 15% off. So be sure to follow me on Twitter as well for any merchandise updates, including designs available for a limited time only. All links are in the description below, and I hope you enjoy this video.